Hey everyone, it's Tracy here, also known as Seven Figure Grammy, to talk to you about using Marter to assist you in finding profitable items to sell on Walmart. So, we're going to be taking a look today at just kind of the basic settings of Marter and how you can use that to find some profitable products. So you're going to, first of all, install the Marter Chrome extension. And once you do, you'll see the Marter icon in your toolbar. And when you go to an item on Walmart, it will automatically load the Marter extension on the right-hand side of your screen. So initially, when this item comes up, we're going to see lots of information about it, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. The first thing I want you to do is to go up to your settings. In the settings, you're going to determine what your minimums are in terms of what a good product is. Everybody has different thresholds that they use for determining whether or not a product is a buy for them or not. And this is where we can set those. So you want to set what is your minimum ROI. For me, I do 30%. What is your minimum dollar profit? For me, that's $4. How many estimated sales am I looking for? And for me, I'm looking for 10 or more a month. And what would that calculate into in terms of estimated revenue for the month? You also want to set whether or not you're going to be sending these items in as WFS items or if you're going to be fulfilling them yourselves, because there are different elements at play here, like shipping, whether you're going to ship it into the WFS or whether you're going to be shipping it yourself. So we're going to set this to WFS. We can then also include any sales tax that we are charged. So if you know like your local sales tax rate, you can enter that. I have 0 because most of the places that I purchase items from, I'm tax exempt. So I very rarely have sales tax added onto the purchases that I make. Also, you might want to include inbound shipping costs per pound. Walmart is actually really affordable in terms of their shipping costs in. Very rarely do I pay more than, $12 for an extra large box. So we're just going to put 30 cents a pound in terms of our inbound shipping cost. And then if you have a prep center or other costs, like you would include in like a cost of a poly bag or something like that into your calculations, you can do that under the other costs. So if your prep is $1 an item or $1.50 an item, you can include that so that all of your calculations will factor that amount in. All right, so we're going to save this. And it's going to refresh. And so now all my calculations are based on those settings up here. All right, so again, today we're just going to look at the basic elements of determining whether or not this item is profitable or not. There is a lot of information in Marter, and we're going to get to all of it in this series. But for the beginning, the things that we want to concentrate are making sure our WFS cost is in here. If there are weights and dimensions given by Walmart, then we have a WFS cost. But there are a lot of items that Walmart, that information is not provided through the API. And so Marter is not able to calculate that for you. So what you're going to need to do is click on this WFS cost header, and that takes you to the Walmart calculator where you can actually enter the length, width, and height of this, and then the weight. Let's see, length, width, height, weight, and it will calculate what that fulfillment fee would be. And so then you can go back and enter that in under the WFS cost. So you want to make sure that WFS cost is as accurate as it can be, because that can make a big difference on whether an item is profitable or not. You're also going to see referral fees. Referral fees is the percentage that Walmart is charging you to sell this item, and it's based off of the sales price. So typically it's around 15% for most things. There's some sliding scales where like grocery under $15 is only 8%. There's some clothing sliding scales. There's some special things for electronics. And that can all be found in the Walmart help area if you want to see the calculations for every category and every kind of dollar amount and where those breaks are. But at most, it's going to be 15%. If it's not 15%, it's less than 15%. So we see that calculation of $3.42 plus the WFS cost of $5.45. And then I would enter how much I'm paying for this item. So this item, yeah, I can probably get this item for, I would say $12.99. It's probably right now it's after Halloween. So if you can find it discounted, you might find it even cheaper than that. Now, once I put that information in, Marter's going to calculate whether or not this item is profitable or not. I mean, it is, but only 36 cents. That's not going to be an item I'm going to want to buy. So if I was able to buy this on clearance, let's say for $6.49, then our profit would be $6.86, which of course would be great profit. Now, the reason these are green right now is that it meets the thresholds of the items that we put in our settings. So when we put the settings of like, hey, I want $4 profit, I want a minimum of 30% ROI, all of those thresholds are met, then these turn green. If any of them aren't met, then they will turn red, which you saw at the $12.99 price, that these two weren't met, but it still met the goal of the estimated sales. So let's go back to the $6.49 price here. And let's talk a little bit about this estimated sales per month. The estimated sales per month is an estimate that is based on the reviews over the last 90 days that can be verified as actual Walmart purchases. So that's important to know because currently, as we're still trying to gather information from Walmart, we don't have a year's history of data. And so especially with seasonal products that don't sell consistently year round, there's a little bit of a lag that happens with reviews. So you may not see this sales estimate per month. It might be like at 5 at the beginning of the season. And then as it sells and those reviews start coming in, then those estimated sales kind of catch up. So I wouldn't use this as an end-all be-all of whether or not the item is selling on Walmart, but it is an indicator that you can use. And then, of course, our revenue here is simply a multiplication of the estimated sales per month times the sales price. So that's kind of the beginning overview of how to use Marter to determine if an item is profitable. Let's look at one more item and just see if this item might be profitable. So I'm just going to look up something that we actually can't sell on Walmart. Neutrogena, which went restricted. Let's take a look at this item. So we're just going to do a little pretend what if. A couple of things here to point out that this does have badges. It's badged as a bestseller. It's badged as 500 plus bought since yesterday. It's in 200 plus people's carts. These are really great indicators of it, that an item is actually selling. So if you see those on a listing, I would take a lot of faith in what that's saying is that the product is actually selling. So over here in our Marter extension, we do have a WFS cost of $3.45. If we do sell it at $19.97, there are $3 in referral fees, which is 15%. And let's just pretend that we can get this for $10.88. So we see that the profit is not quite where I want it to be. It's $2.52. The ROI is 23%. It's not terrible for an item that is small. It's not going to take a lot to ship it in. We don't have a lot of prep that we have to do to this item. And we look at the estimated sales of over 12,000 a month combined with this information up here with our badges. I might be willing to take a lower profit and a lower ROI on an item that I know is going to sell fast. So those are just indicators to kind of help me make those decisions. So that's all we're going to talk about for today. On the next video, we're going to dive even a little deeper on the data that's available to us in Marter to help you make great decisions about products to sell on Walmart.